And Byron, we should be live.
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Evolution Racing Academy Season 16, Round 5 at Kyalami. I am very attractive, and with me as always is the man who puts the bump in the bump to bump to bump, and also the ram and the ram-a-lam ding-dong, Michael Magus.
Well, thank you. D. Hines, you've been voluntold to give us a tour of the circuit.
Don't be behind D-Hines, otherwise you'll be reclined.
So we'll handle the tour of the circuit, then I'll go through the championship for the Iron Boys as they are out on track qualifying right now. Those who do not know, the Iron is the bottom category in the Evolution Racing Academy ladder. Now, I will say, for the level of ability these guys have, they race remarkably well. I think the consistency that they have had is impressive. And their pace is sometimes also very impressive. So, when I say bottom rung, I do mean that with all respect and as a relative statement. There are far worse drivers I have raced against over the years.
I could name at least 2.
Heading into turn 1 here. I don't know the names of the turns off the top of my head around this track, so I do apologize. Although I do know that there one is called the Crocodile. Which is cool.
Ooh, delightful.
I do know which one that is. But there's this lovely uphill section here that is quite difficult. There's a lot of like multi-line turns, different apexes. What works best for each car is going to be very, very different. This turn here in particular is very hard to get legal. It's definitely a source of a lot of track cuts and track limit violations over the years. And then we head down here. This part here, ooh. You want to keep a lot of speed through here, Byron, but you can see that the car really wants to slide around. And then we got the blind apex turn coming up here. This one's interesting. You have to start your braking.
This is a blind ape?
Blind apex. So you have to start your braking before you can see the turn. So that's really interesting as far as coming up with a reliable brake marker.
Sounds like a 90s industrial band, Blind Ape X.
We did sync the liveries, Wiley. I did notice that Max Caruso's livery appears to be broken, so there is perhaps a missing livery or a non-handled one properly. So there is some problems. But we did. I did literally sync the liveries about 5 minutes from going live. And, that's the best you're getting, I guess, in a nutshell. Give Byron some Helicam love.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there is... Okay, that's in Server 1 chat. There's talk of a server restart, but it appears that is over in Server 1, not Server 2. So, we are good.
Amateurs. Amateurs over there in Server 1.
Tristan Akaloan. I always forget how to say it, and then I figure it out. But it just doesn't stick. Lucio Condi in second place. That's a good effort from Lucio. We're not used to seeing him quite up that high. Then it is the Stunt Possums, D. Hines, and Pat Fortune, Nathan B, Steepo, Alfie Sullivans, and newcomer Roy Cunningham Aller, or Ale. We're debating how to say it, but he's American, so it's probably Aller, or we got to get more redneck with it.
Well, maybe his family is from the Appalachians and he lives down there in the Eller.
With the DDS option off, the awesome site is broken. Well, then how do I synchronize my liveries then? This would be
incorrectly.
Question. It does seem to be like synchronizing things, and it's picking up new liveries. So I'm a little puzzled as to what I'm supposed to do then in that case. And it's not like everybody's new liveries have been missing. We've gotten most of the liveries over the course of the season. It's just the odd one here and there that is not working. Got a good lap going here for Roy Cunningham Aller, so we'll give him a little show up here in the BMW M4. I assume it's an M4 anyways. I can't see the front of it, which is usually the giveaway. I can't really think of why someone would be using the M6. So let's talk about the standings real quick here for this iron category. Currently, your championship leader with 2 wins on the board is Brian Mongrand. In second place is Bozer. Now, unfortunately, we have been told that Bozer is retiring from the season. He will not be at any additional races, so his championship hopes are at an end, which is unfortunate. In third place, we have Tristan Akaloan with 42 points, 32 each for Martin Wombley and Mario Fahe, who I see in Trat. Mario probably will not make it in time for today's race. Ooh, that's not good. After that, it is 30 points for Ricky Beckelar, 26 for Pat Fortune, 19 for Nathan B, 18 each for D. Hines and Alfie Solomons, and 16 for Michael Hazenbrook. 12 for Matthew East. Dick Post, Byron's new favorite iron driver, with 8 points. Jos van de Velde on 7. 6 for Lucio Condi. 4 for Stipo. Bram Hoven and Rion Lacheret on 2. And 1 each for Clinton Strobel and Lord Robson. And the champion is here. We didn't see Brian Mongrand when we were looking at the server earlier, but he is here. And he is on pole. Not really loving the Helican around here, if I'm being honest, Byron. It's a lackluster ankle.
Well, I mean, if they didn't have all these buildings in the way.
But I do like the sound.
It is
Just
good.
Akaloan taking pole position. They're in the Van Nel Racing Lamborghini. The number 33 car. Moving to the front, we also have yellow flags out for Pat Fortune and Jos van de Velde having some troubles. Lucio Condi still in third place in the Ferrari. And who is on a good lap right now? Not really anyone, to be honest. Stipo is on the verge of a slight improvement, but should still be in ninth place. Unless he can pull something out. He's early in the lap, so he could probably get more to it. So it's Sector 1, actually. Lowen's got a good lap going. Slight improvement for Alfie Solomon at the moment. And that is Nathan B. having a little spin in the Audi. Yes, by all means, Mario, do not do anything rash trying to get home for the race.
Just use the Bluetooth to stream this under the speakers in your car. And I will try and sing for you.
Byron will take you down the tour of the Light FM.
Nobody does it better. Unless they have actual education in that field.
Well, Stipo is up about 2 seconds on his lap time, so it might be a threat to Alfie Solomons. I mean, I'm going to be blunt, though. I don't know if I'd want to be a threat to Alfie Solomons. I'd be respecting Alfie Solomons.
I heard he blew the guy up once.
Multiple times. Comes across the line. Is still ninth, but a notable improvement on his lap. And speaking of which, here comes Alfie Solomons, who moves up into fourth place.
We have a request to see the 404 vehicle.
The 404.
Unfortunately, we can't find it.
Well, I actually can't. We don't have a car 404. So whomever you are looking for, they are not here at the moment.
Correct. We have 413.
We have a 405. That's Robert Volt. But he's sitting in the pit lane, so I imagine you don't want to see him right now.
Nubs Racing Team.
Nubs-wise, well, there's Adrian Marood, but he's just sitting in the pit lane, so there's no one to show off there. I'm not aware of who else represents Nubs Racing in the... Robert Volt, 405. Well, it's 405 for one. But, two, he's currently sitting in the pit lane, not doing anything, so... I'm going to have to reject this request. When the Silvers do take to the track, we will talk about Robert Volt for sure. But, right now...
Roberto.
It's the Irons time, Sean. There we go. So iron pole for Okaloan with Mongrand. Condi with a surprisingly good run to third place. And then Alfie Sullivans and Pat Fortune. All right. Who do I want? Oh, Max Cruz's livery is working now. Okay. It wasn't for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it was just like very, very slow at loading in. But anyways, he's here. Anyways, let's quickly talk about the Bronze Championship, shall we?
I don't wanna.
In the Bronze Championship, Sven van de Velde leads the way with 58 points. That puts him 12 points ahead of Ron Morley. Robert Volt is in third place on 44, followed by Thomas Wong and Matthias Wiedemann on 38 apiece. 37 for James Wheel, 31 for Nick Light, 20 for Max Cruz. Now, Cruz was having some wheel difficulties, caused him to miss the Red Bull Ring race and the Zolder race. So, you know, keep in mind he's a little bit more to the pointy end than the position would indicate. Idris Cahill on 18, 17 for Robert Stoltz, 8 for Chris Stancer, 6 for Dieter Van Hoovel, Mickey Taylor on 4, 2 for Altic Gull, and then it is David Slater and Chris Cosma at 0.
Do you think Max refers to his home as the Crucible?
He could. We did have that request for the 405 car, so here he is, Robert Volt. Currently has a decent little lap going. We'll see if he can pull it out at the end. Has anyone displaced the irons? No, no one's got a lap in yet, actually. Who is closest to finishing their lap? That would be Sven van de Velde. So let's see what the champion's got. Championship leader, I should say. By the way, that's the 4th straight livery. Pardon me, not livery, pole for Akaloan. Alright, coming to the end here. Sven coming in. That's Robert Volt's intentional livery? Robert, I'm very disappointed in you. I'm just going to say that right now. Sven van de Velde comes across the line. And Max Cruz takes 4th place. Who's next up? Next up would be Robert Volt. Comes across the line in 6th. And then next up will be James Wheel in the Mustang. Up into 6th place.
I like that livery. Very macho man.
Yeah, I do like that one. And here comes the track tool team. David Slater in the McLaren moves into 13th spot. Chris Stanson. Ooh, lots of pens to apply tonight. Oh boy. Chris Stanson into 15th spot. And next across will be Mickey. Oh, never mind. Mickey Taylor and Ron Morley heavy legal laps. James Wheel off to a really good start here on his second. Oh, well, I just cast a crystal. No, you know what? He's still got it. And apparently the lap is still legal, so he's still charging. He's a half second up. My livery not showing up. Stomp Slaps. What is your name in the server? We can take a peek. If you want.
The wheel on the track keeps on turning. Ooh. Steer to Slim Jim. Dig it. Coming into the pits for a cup of coffee.
Randy Savage. Many candidates for best promo of all time. Although I go with the low. I go with the low-rated Mischief promo for Awesome Kong.
You would.
Or specifically the Shimmer package that they put together for said promo. Basically, the deal of it is, for those who do not follow wrestling, Awesome Kong is a massive lady. Very scary, very big. She can do things that nobody else can. And
Picture Nia Jax, but with talent.
they had a promo package where it was just like everybody putting over Kong as this massive threat. Anyone should be afraid of Kong. You know, that sort of vibe. And Mischief, who was a wrestler who cuts every promo in a very screamy voice, gets interspaced in going, "I have no fear of Kong." And then, you know, pictures of Kong literally bending her in half. It's a good hat package. Good match, too. Probably Mischief's best match. I feel like we could probably sum up Kong. So Kong had a tag team match in ROH, Byron. I don't know if you remember this one. Where it's the Minnesota Home Wrecking Crew, which is Lacey and Rain. And they're in the ring. They're getting ready. And Daisy Hayes' music hits. Daisy Hayes comes out. And here's your tag team partner, Awesome Kong. Kong's music hits. Kong comes up, pats her shoulder. Hayes hops up on her shoulder, and she just carries her to the ring. Granted, Daisy Hayes, very small lady. Oh, Robert Fulton in the wall. Daisy Hayes is a small lady, I will say that, but it's
Daisy Hayes was like 4'11" and 1/2 of a pound.
Yeah. Probably one of the smallest women I've ever seen wrestle.
Literally a child.
Keep it in second place. By the way, we didn't cover it. Sven Van de Velde now on pole. There's Mickey Taylor. I do like Mickey Taylor's livery. Very, like, aliens-themed deal going on here.
It looks like the shoes you wanted your mom to buy before school starts.
A little bit. A little bit.
No, I need these ones.
Should be a good lap here. 9th place. Top 10. And Brian Mongrain off to a good start fairly early in the lap. Pardon me, this is Braun Morley. Pardon me, I was reading the name above him. My bad. Got a little bit wide there, but the lap is still good. Still legal and still in the green. I tried this on the commentary me and Byron were doing the other day, but chat, skill testing question. Can you name the only Hungarian F1 driver?
Spoiler alert.
And if you can think of a second one, then perhaps I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's only one. Fairly certain. Fairly certain. That's your skill testing question for the day. Also got a good lap going for David Slater. About 3/10 improvement. Move him up into 5th place. Here comes Morley towards the final section. And we should be heading into the silver qualifying relatively shortly. So unless somebody has a good lap going right now, Sven Van de Velde will probably have the top spot for the bronzes. And Morley does improve, but it's not enough to move him up on the grid. Idris Cahill will get to do one more lap, and he's 4/10 up. And we have a correct answer in chat. It is Zolt Baumgartner. Now, can you tell me what teams he raced for? That's the addition. There are two.
I believe you raced for the Eagles and the Raiders.
Yeah. Although there was an F1 team called the Eagle.
Were they from Britain?
They were American.
Yeah.
It was Dan Gurney.
Should have seen that coming.
It was Dan Gurney's team.
Dan, the ice cream man?
Dan Gurney, who was one of the drivers portrayed in Ford v Ferrari. An interesting note here, actually. He was played by his son in Ford v Ferrari. So there you go.
Very nice.
It was Alex Gurney playing Dan Gurney. I'm told they look very, very similar. I've looked at pictures of them, and the answer is yes. Yes, they do. So Idris is not going to have enough here. He kind of messed it up in that last section. So pole will go to Sven van de Velde. And then it is on to our boys in the silver category. That is Sven's second top qualifying performance. Nope, there was another team. Jordan is one of them, but there's another team. Anyways.
Was it Pippin?
In the silver category right now, Patrick Bellish has the championship lead with 53 points, ahead of Nathan Gray on 48. 42 for Richard Oakes, 37 for Bram Cox. 28 for Bearded X Badass, 26 each for Casey Jones and Kerry Pattenden. 21 for Cedric Muir, 20 for the recently promoted, welcome to silver, Priorly Iron, Caden Scott. El Perry on 16. Oh, pardon me. I've got this slightly out of order. Sean Young on 18. Then El Perry and Yannick Kraft on 16 each. 9 points for Tyler Scott. And 6 each for Dennis Hook and Steve Tetley. Nothing for Adrian Marood or Thomas Boris. Although Thomas Boris does get credit for having one of the coolest liveries in the field.
Is that true?
If he's here, I'll show you it. I don't see him on the
Boris the Spider.
Yeah, he's a bit 50-50 on attendance, so today appears to be the attendance day for him. He's the one with the really, really bright colored, like yellow and green livery. I don't know if that helps.
Looks like a can of squirt.
A little bit. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised that somebody got Jordan as the answer for the Zolt Baumgartner question. I figured that would be the team people would forget. The other team he raced for a lot more. Had a whole season with them. Scored points for them. I'm laying all kinds of crumbs here, but they're probably useless.
Was it the Pistons?
Sean Young's got a really good lap going on here right now. That's going to be interesting. Let's see where Bearded X Badass ends up. 14th place. And here comes Cedric Muir in the Oracle Verstappen Ferrari. Fifth place. I have all kinds of useless F1 stats trivia there. So, I can relate. Nathan Gray, championship contender. 10th quickest. And next across the line will be Casey Jones, 11th quickest. And next up is Bram Cox, also of the Stunt Possum team, moving into pole position for the time being. Early days yet, though. Plenty of time. Steve Tetley. It's not a very good lap, Steve. Ooh. Not good. Very illegal. I think, if I'm not very much mistaken, that the Hungarian Grand Prix is the only race in Europe that predates any drivers from the country. Could be mistaken, of course. I'm sure there's something from back in the 1950s I'm forgetting. But I think everything else had a driver. Or at least very short, or at least at the very least had a motorsports culture that was going to produce a driver very short. Of course, there are places that have had races in the Middle East that have not produced F1 drivers because they have money. Sean Young coming to the line, and he's taking over pole position for the time being. Today is a very cool track. We've got a 17 degrees C track here today. So it's like kind of a wintertime race here. Kyalami. Trying to see who's on a good lap here. Hometown boy Tyler Scott out there for the Sarco Red Team, which is just a part of the Griffin Sim Racing family. It's good to have a father and son battle in the silver category now, because of course Tyler and Caden are father and son, and Caden was down in the irons, so they didn't directly have to compete. Now they do, which means let the family sabotage begin.
Dun dun dun.
I've told the story, I think, on stream before, but I used to race with a pair of dudes. Well, I still do. But I raced with a pair of dudes named Ken and Ben, which, the rhyming names is lovely. But they're a pair of Aussies who live together. They swear that they're not gay. And they may or may not have actually unplugged each other's computers mid-race. Tyler coming in at 9th place for the hometown boys. Championship leader Patrick Bellish is here, but he's yet to put up a lap. Slovakian driver for the BMW Red Bull Sim Racing family. Don't believe we've ever had a Slovakian actual driver of real note. I'm sure someone will correct me in the chat. Maybe in rallying. I don't pay a lot of attention to rallying, but I'm not familiar. 5th place.
What about
By the way,
noted
Pole has changed hands
Slovakian
again.
greats?
Cedric Muir has taken over. It is up into 1st place.
Seymour is not very demure.
Was talking to our Czech associate Adam David Brush the other day, and he was trying to figure out why his country is producing like a lot of NHL level goalies. I'm like, Dominic Hasek. That is the answer.
Yep.
This is the entire answer.
Everybody want to be Dominic Hasek.
Generations of kids want to be Dominic Hasek.
Correct.
It's L. Perry moving to 13th place in the Stealth Bomber. And Tyler Scott's got a good lap going on here. Coming to the line. Should be a good one here.
RC in the house.
Oh, of course, the Zilla was on screen. the Nissan GTR in this game, and of all games, is just it's the RC signal. In the night skies over Gotham floats the outline of a Nissan GTR. Bram Cox might have a shot at pole here. Just has to keep it together. And he does. Bram Cox, stunt possum, taking 1st place. Still waiting for a good lap from Richard Oakes. Richard is down in 32nd place, and that is not where we generally see him.
Maybe Mr. Oakes got a little wind in the willows.
Maybe. It's 1.3 seconds up on his time right now, which is still not great. Honestly, it's still only going to put him about 28th or 27th. He needs more, to quote Richard or Herman in The Simpsons.
Put a little whiskey in the gas tank. Give you an extra 38 RPMs.
You'd think Richard Oakes, being the rain specialist that he is, would be actually pretty good in these low temperature track situations. Meantime, out front, it is Cedric Muir who took the pole back. Bram Cox does have one chance to get it back, but his current lap does not look great still. We'll hop on board with him. We have seen Cox on pole and as a winner this season. And he'll have to settle for second place here today. It's back-to-back poles for Cedric Muir, actually. He had the pole at Zolder and turned that into a race victory. We'll see if he can do that again here today. We'll wait for the server to tick over here to race progression. We have 33 drivers here today. And should be a fun time. Always is when we're here with you lovely people.
I don't like any of you smelling weird.
Please ignore
That's
mine.
not true.
Let's get a quick check on the server to chat channel. See if anybody is giving us any storylines to work with. Oh no! Bad news. Yannick Kraft, who we did not see in qualifying, his wheel apparently has died. So he will have to troubleshoot that for next round.
He will in fact have to reinvent the wheel.
Interesting note here. Lucio Condi, who did quite well in qualifying, picked up 18th spot. He had no practice with low temperatures around this track. There's a negative interpretation that I can go with that, which is that he's actually worse when he has practice.
Well, snap. Give that guy a fifth of whiskey and turn him loose.
We also, of course, have the penalties being brought out here. Let's see if I can get a good camera view here today. Oh, that'll do. Starting on pole, we have the 68 of Cedric Muir in the Ferrari for the Verstappen.com team. Second place for the Stunt Possums, it is Bram Cox in the 718, and his teammate Casey Jones will start third place in the 313 Stunt Possum Ferrari. Championship leader Patrick Bellish will start from fourth place in the 101 Red Bull BMW. Sean Young with an impressive fifth place for Cyber Racing in the Ferrari. Pretty good for the Ferrari. 4 Ferraris in the top 5 there, Byron. Very nice. Porsche, Sven van de Velde qualifying in P6. He is followed by James Wheel. He's the pole sitter for, Van de Velde is the pole sitter for bronze and championship leader. James Wheel in the 242 Mustang. The 5.7 of Max Cruz. Welcome back, Max. Starting from P8. P9 is the Iron Champion pole sitter, which we have also lost a good look at the cars here, unfortunately. There we go. That kind of works. That's the 33 Lamborghini of Tristan Akaloan. Tyler Scott joining him on row 5. Row 6, Caden Scott. Oh boy, Byron, the Scotts are right next to each other.
Oh, nobody's getting out scot-free.
Nathan Gray will start from P12. P13, it is the Nissan. El Perry in the Stealth Bomber. David Slater qualifying in 14th place in the McLaren 720S for Team Track Tool. Brian Mongrand, the Iron Championship leader, will start inside row 8, joined by Ron Morley. Kerry Pattenden will start on 17th place with Lucio Condi, who we were talking about, starting on the outside of that row. Bearded X Badass is really quite a ways down in the order. We're seeing him at the front, but he'll start row 10, along with the McLaren 720 of Mickey Taylor. Following that, it is Idris Cahill of the Stunt Possum BMW crew. Robert Volt joining him on row 11. Row 12, Steve Tetley, who still hasn't deployed the lovely Gulf Oil livery that he's promised us. Steve, get on that. And Robert Stoltz will start alongside him. Richard Oakes, way out of position in 25th place, joining Chris Dancer on row 13. Row 14, Alfie Solomons and Pat Fortune. Row 14, Nathan B., Jas van de Velde. Row 16, D. Hines and Steepo. And at the back of the field, it is Roy Cunningham Aller. Never seen so many penalties? I've seen more penalties than this. I've seen more penalties than this.
I've seen so many penalties.
So we got 10 seconds for Cedric Beer, 5 seconds for Bangkok, 45 for Casey. Casey, what did you do? 5 seconds for Jas van de Velde. A stop-go penalty for Tyler Scott. 45 seconds for Caden Scott. Byron, this stewarding room needed you to, lay down the law, maybe. Nathan B., 15-second penalty. And that appears to be it. I'm going to step away just for a second to grab a beverage.
Oh. Well, I should have done that 18 hours ago. Yeah, apparently there's some sort of issue, and Steve is guilty of not being cool with delivery. Confirmed by Mario in chat. Oh, that's false start. Cedric, you're fired. Disqualified.
It's a rolling start. He's good.
No.
I mean, we say Awesome Sim Racing's having an issue, but I've noticed new liveries are popping up. So I don't know. I have never really done anything with trying to upload a livery to Awesome Sim Racing, so I cannot say. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, new liveries have been trickling in. Felicio Condi is getting a crash course in the chat on brake ducts. So, Byron, we might have your favorite driver of the day, because I feel like Lucio might be a little underprepared for today's festivities.
Why would you want to do that to a duck?
Duct. T, not K. Case of duct tape, 6 rolls. Ironically, not for use on ducks.
Correct.
There's a book series I listen to. I've never actually read the book. It's one of those ones where I purely have got it in audiobook format. Yeah, there's humans meet an alien species who want their universal fixing agent, is what they keep calling it. And they're trying to figure out what the heck this thing is. And they talk to one of the crew chiefs on the ships, and he's like, "You really want to know what it is? Duct tape." And they roll back the footage of the aliens boarding a damaged human escape pod. And they're realizing, yeah, there's duct tape being used to fix the escape pod, being used to bandage wounds, being used to fix just about anything. Universal fixing agent.
Works pretty good on mo bunches of stuff.
So it's this race of spider-like creatures that are born engineers and have really over-engineered beautiful ships. And it's what do they want from us? Duct tape. Cedric Muir and Bram Cox lead the field to the start line. Here we go. Waiting for the green flag.
Green light.
And we are green, green, green here at Kyalami for round 5 of the championship. Side-by-side action heading to the front first corner there between Cox and Mir. Also behind them, Bellish and Casey Jones. A couple of the Van Nell cars getting into the mix as well. A couple people wide. Nothing too bad. Yellow flag out for Jos van de Velde.
There's chaos.
Looks like him and a couple guys off.
Oh boy.
Oh god, we have tons of people off. Tons of people off. Oh god.
Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way.
Oh boy. Whoa, it is messy. Cedric Muir has escaped unscathed, though, and leads the way from the stunt possum duo of Bram Cox and Casey Jones. So top 3 is not changed, but top 4 have not changed. Patrick Bellish is still there as well. Sean Young, actually top 5 has not changed. Max Cruz is up to 6th place. James Wheel to 7th. Nathan Gray up to 8th place, Sven van de Velde, and Tyler Scott rounding off the top 10. Now, Scott does have a drive-through penalty, stop-go penalty, which I think he has to serve relatively early in this race. So we will most likely see him peel off to the pit lane relatively soon. El Perry is up into 11th place. Good start for the Stealth Bomber. Ahead of Brian Mongrand, David Slater, Tristan Akaloan, Kerry Patton, Bearded X Badass, Lucio Condi, Idris Cahill, Steve Tetley, and Robert Stoltz.
Totally.
Scott is in for his stop-go. The stunt possums continue to give chase. Also note, D. Hines has a really ugly looking ping bar, so Byron might have a fun time with that.
Perhaps.
There may be some Star Trek level teleportation going on in that car.
Man, these guys think they're driving Lamborghinis. They put bolts on everything.
I mean, some of them are driving Lamborghinis, but very few. A lot of flirting with the curbs going on here. That could go very badly very quickly. Just saying. Skill testing question for the chat. South Africa has produced one, count 'em, one Formula One world champion. Please provide the name and the year of that championship.
Woody Harrelson, 1972.
No. You're alarmingly close on the year, actually.
I'm pretty sure it is Woody Harrelson.
It's not Woody Harrelson.
Could be Woody Harrelson. You just don't know.
Pretty sure there's never been an F1 driver named Woody. I could be mistaken, but I don't think.
Woodrow Levesque Jr.
All right, battle for the iron lead here between Akaloan and Mongrand. And Akaloan should get through there. And behind them, that is Kerry Patented in the Mustang, as well as Bearded X Badass. Did you know, Byron, that all of Canada's F1 wins can be traced to one family?
Yes.
The Villeneuves.
Wrong, Paul Tracy.
Or to quote the old like '90s F1 games, Newhouse, because for some reason Jack Villeneuve's name couldn't appear in them. It was weird. I remember thinking I picked up a 1997 F1 game back in the day and was like, "Who the hell is Jack Newhouse?" I will say the F1 1997 N64 game was the first one I ever saw that had a TV camera function. You could literally just watch you could put a race on your TV and just watch, basically.
But if you lost a save file, you would be erasing the race.
That's true. I thought, in general, I thought the game was quite good for the time period.
Even better than the real thing?
Oh, no. Ron Morley trying to make up for some lost ground. He must have been caught up in that early festivities at the start. Overtaking Pat Fortune there in the Stunt Possum Lamborghini. And in behind him is the Stunt Possum BMW of Idris Cahill. Early pit stop for the Rust Bucket.
Is it true that there are 94 mandatory pit stops in the first half hour?
Alfie Sullivan overtaking Jos van de Velde, who made a mistake. And there is only one mandatory pit stop, so that'll answer your question. Side-by-side action. Van de Velde trying to get back past Alfie Sullivan's. I mean, that's trifling with your life. Oh, Alfie's not happy. Mr. Solomons would like a word. Yellow flag out for Pat Fortune. Let's find out what happened to him. Oh, he got the big yellow curb. Oh,
boy.
But he slams into Caden Scott.
The yellow taxi paid Paradise and put up a big old side check.
Caden Scott hits the pit lane after that, and I don't blame him. That was some hard contact.
Should have just used the hydraulics and jumped over.
David Slater having a good race here up in 11th place. He's got Octaloan on his tail. El Perry up ahead, and as well as James Wheel. Nicky Taylor in the Alien car moving up a spot. Overtaking D. Hines.
You're going to need to rewind the D-Hines. Unless
Speaking
you were
of
in
Aliens,
decline.
I was looking at the cast of Alien 3 the other day, and it's a surprisingly good cast. And I feel like no movie has ever been just effed over more by the studio than that film right there.
100%. And they had Fincher directing, right?
Yeah, David Fincher directing. You've got of course Sigourney Weaver. You've got Charles Dance is in the film.
The boy.
You've got David Postlethwaite.
Pete Postlethwaite.
David Postlethwaite is the famous race car designer, actually. Yeah, Pete Postlethwaite, and you've got Ralph Brown.
What about Clancy Brown?
No Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown would fit that cast nicely. You've got our boy Holt McCallum.
McKinley?
The guy from the Losers.
Yeah, Holt.
And Fight Club.
Hold still. Build a house.
Build a house, yep. And you've also got... my brain is Charles S. Dutton. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's like a really, really solid cast, directed by a very talented director. And they just, at every turn, effed it up. Pat Fortune in the pit lane, so maybe having some issues with tire temperature. Also, we saw him off and getting slammed by Caden Scott. Although, to be clear, when I said the way I said that, it made it sound like Caden Scott's fault. It was not. It was Pat's fault.
Robert Bolt currently driving the latest Adidas colorway.
A little bit, yeah. Tristan Akaloan giving chase to David Slater still. There's a number of close battles going on right now, but nothing super spicy yet for us to sink our teeth into.
I mean, the opening was pretty good.
True. Top two are getting away a little bit. Bram Cox and Cedric Muir are opening up a gap to Casey Jones and company. Jones, Bellis, Young, and Cruz in that group. Should, of course, be mentioned that Casey Jones does have a 45-second penalty to serve at his pit stop, so he will probably drop like a stone.
Seems to me he lives his life on the bad side of the moon.
A little bit. And, after this race, me and Byron are going to go watch the second round of Sarayukian versus Hooker.
Hell yeah, that guy gonna get beat to death.
So we missed that in yesterday's fights.
Yeah, and I need to see the big old knockout from the early prelims.
What are you
So dumb.
referring to?
I don't know. I showed up after having slept in, after having set my alarm for 7 o'clock, but not realizing it was PM instead of AM, like a dummy.
Done that.
I showed up and he's like, "You missed it. This guy got nuked." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." But then a lot of other people got nuked on the car too.
Trying to remember who that would have been.
Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up later.
It's the first knockout on the card, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just not remembering.
I remember looking at the shenanigans going, "Oh, I missed a couple submissions and a knockout."
I missed the first round of Denzel Freeman, or most of the first round of Denzel Freeman versus Merrick Bolyak. And I tuned into the commentary, like, already insulting the fight. So I was like, I don't think I missed anything.
Yeah.
Patrick Bellis with a nice move there on Casey Jones. Moving into third place in the BMW. Trying to take the fight to a dominant Ferrari grouping. I do like the wheels he's got on that car. They fit very nice. Or the rims, I suppose I should say, because I'm not necessarily complimenting the wheel in its entirety. Battle for third place will probably get a lot of attention, at least until the pit stops start ticking off. At which point, Sean Young, Bellish, and, well, actually, to be honest, only Casey Jones is really going to drop out of this fight because he's got the penalty at the pit stops. Young and Cruz, as well as Bellish, do not have penalties, so they will still be battling with each other. Hopefully, crossing fingers, knocking on wood. Hopefully, they will still be battling it out here. Some lap traffic coming into play. Should be Clinton Strobel, I think, getting lapped.
I think we should put big old bulldozer blades on the front of these cars.
option.
I think so.
Max Cruz apparently wanted to change his livery before the start of the race. And, oh, I think he did. I think that's why it fixed itself. Okay. Well, one way to find out. Hang on. Yep. Because when you go to a replay, you get the original livery that they were in. And you can see how it's now a black blank car. Yeah, so he did join in the wrong livery, it appears. Fixed it, but if we go to replays of him, we will be getting the wrong livery, so to speak. So, everybody, if we replay on the 57 car and its livery looks different, that's the reason.
The alternate jersey.
Basically. Sean Young making a mistake. It's going to open the door for Cruz to take 5th place. It's around the outside, but Sean does a good job of hanging onto the car and doesn't lose too much ground. Ends up losing a spot, but looks like the car is okay. What I'm saying is that could have been a lot worse. Bearded X Badass on the tail of Steve Tetley. And he's got Robert Stoltz with him for company as well. Not far behind them, that is Akaloan. Akaloan's dropped a couple spots, so must have gone off the track at some point that we missed. Lucio Condi and Brian Mongrand also on the back of this train.
Good job.
Can't catch him. The best catcher.
Emmanuel Kent was a real pissant who was very rarely stable. I digger was a boozy beggar. Who can think you under the table?
Mongrand picking up a spot there over Lucio Condi. Let's get a quick replay of that. Condi didn't fight that too hard. Surprising, that is iron on iron. But Condi maybe realizing that he could probably pick up a podium here today, but battling against the likes of Mongrand and Akaloan is not something he quite has the capability of. Mickey Taylor heading in the pit lane. It's the Aliens car diving down the inside. Meantime, at the front, it's still Cedric Muir leading the way. 2nd place for Bram Cox and 3rd place for Patrick Bellish. Kerry Pattenden and Chris Stancer battling for position. So we're at 23rd place. Right on their back is Idris Cahill. If my name was Idris, I would be putting together a livery of all of Idris Elba's roles and TV roles.
Faces of Idris all over the place.
Rogue from The Losers, Stringer Bell, this character from Fast and the Furious, Heimdall from Thor.
Gunslinger.
Yeah, Gunslinger, yes. Fantastic.
I haven't watched that in a while. I should rewatch that. There's been a bunch of talk about a sequel for that, but it's never come across.
I'm sorry, Clay, that I threatened to cut your head off.
There, don't you know? Both of you just feel so much better.
No. Well, we do. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I am doing a watch through of The Walking Dead So I've tried to do a couple of times, and every time I kind of get lost. So we'll see if it. We'll see if I can continue. Looks like Roy Cunningham Aller is out of the race. He says in the chat, "Apologies, but I cannot continue. Something is wrong with my club sport." He's getting 0 force on the wheel. Okay, don't know that is hard to race through. That's legitimate.
What if we get him an Intellivision controller?
That would probably not help.
What about 2?
So I'm about done season 2 of The Walking Dead. It hasn't lost me yet.
Fair enough. I never got really interested. I got really bored with zombies and vampires and werewolves. Like, it just been done to death.
Well, it's not really as much about the zombies as it is about the people in the zombie apocalypse. There's not really a lot of honest time or effort put into like the actual zombies so far, anyway.
That's fair. I just kind of like it's just always the same threat facing these.
Oh yeah,
people.
no, I'm not a historical fan of zombies. Like I've said, this is the reason I most likely, in all likelihood, never gotten into The Walking Dead was that I'm just not a zombie guy.
Yeah,
but I figured I'd try.
Although the 28 days later, that was terrifying.
James Wheel trying to put the pressure on Nathan Gray for 8th place. Yeah, 28 days later was terrifying.
Liam in chat says Supernatural's worth watching. My brother watched a lot of that. He said it was really good.
Yeah, I haven't made like a dedicated watch of Supernatural, but I watched it when it was on TV back in the day. Yeah. I know the general vibe, the general gist. As for the crossover between Walking Dead and Supernatural, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who I've not met in... there goes Nathan Gray off the track. I've not yet met the character of Negan in The Walking Dead, which is the Winchester's father from Supernatural.
Bro, you can't just go around calling people Negan with the hard end like that.
I mean, that's the name. That's the name. Oh, Brad Cox go for the lead, and he hits Cedric Beard, takes himself out. That was a little too aggressive, Bram. We like Bram. Bram's been in for commentary or interviews with us. He seems like a chill dude. That was not a chill move. And that will cost him 2nd place for now, and 3rd place as Patrick Bellish and Casey Jones both overtake him. But no, I haven't gotten to the point where we get introduced to Negan. But I am looking forward to it. He is a fun. He is everything you want from a Jeffrey Dean Morgan character. He's basically Clay from The Losers in a zombie apocalypse.
What if they brought the show back and called it Super Duper Natural? More natural than ever before.
Next badass looking to make a move here on Tristan Akaloan. Akaloan is carrying some damage on the front end there. You can see the bonnet is a little bit open. If I were him, I'd probably pit to fix that. We're approaching halfway distance. It's certainly not too early to make a pit stop. And
whoa.
What happened?
Whoa.
What even happened there?
I just... it looks like he depowered.
Okay, so... Bearded's going for the overtake there in the Can't Catch It Mustang.
He just kind of...
Okay, so he did get hit. He got hit by Mongrand in the Porsche. It was very light contact, but there he is. He's in the pit lane now.
It's all gone to hell.
A little bit. Bram Cox is overtaking Casey Jones. I suspect that might have been team orders a little bit because, as we have covered, Bram is number one. Bram appears to be the faster of the two stunt possum Ferraris, but number two, Casey Jones does have a 45-second penalty to serve at his pit stop, so he is not in this battle. Is the simplest way to say this. Idris Cahill coming out of the pit lane there in the BMW. He'll be down a lap. Temporarily, these cars, of course, have to pit, and that will open the door. I will say I do enjoy anything to do with Crowley and Supernatural. That's a fun time. Casey Jones looking to defend here against Max Cruz, but Cruz in the Los Patos Hermanos Mercedes moves forward a spot. Actually, favorite Supernatural scene. Byron, have you seen the episode where they run into actual aliens?
No.
Casey Jones gets very wet.
Never actually watched any Supernatural other than just clips here and there.
Yeah, okay. So there's an episode where they think it's aliens. It's fairies. So fairies are the monster of the week, and Dean gets abducted by the fairies, and he frees himself, and he finds Sam, and he goes, for one thing, there's a bit where he's getting abducted, he's on the phone with Sam going, close encounters! and Sam, who at this point has no soul, and therefore just doesn't care about anything, really, is like, whoa, careful, I heard the third one's some kind of anal thing. Anyways, they abduct him, and he comes back later, and he's like, so, I was in a room with a bright light, and there was like a chainsaw that was coming for me. I grabbed it, it just started swinging around, and apparently, no one's ever tried to do that, because they had no idea what to do. And they let me go.
I also enjoyed Mark Shepard in Firefly.
Good in everything he does.
Correct.
I also enjoy Ty Olsson in the Supernatural as Benny the Vampire. He is my second favorite character named Benny. Total Recall being the first one.
What about Uncle Benny from The Corruptor? But
it's
cool.
all about Benny from Total Recall. I just always get a kick out of him trying to kill Arnold Schwarzenegger and going, Benny's my name. I'm gonna drill you, sucker. We're sticking with this fight because it's the only thing really kicking off right now. Cedric Mirror's in the pit lane, so Patrick Bellish has taken the lead as a result. But, yeah, we got this Casey Jones versus Sean Young versus Max Cruz for, at the moment, third place. But we do know, of course, once the pit stop shakeout, Mirror will be ahead of this group. So, not quite accurate, positionally speaking. coming up on some traffic here. Lapping their way through. That was either D. Hines or Pat Fortune. I'm afraid I can't tell from this range. Hines. One's driving a McLaren, one's driving a Lambo. I'm not super great at telling them apart.
One of them's got a giant M on the front, and the other one might also have the same
Side
thing.
action. Max Cruz and Sean Young. Young has got it. Ferrari moving forward once again. Cruz has not given up on this, though. To be honest, he should. Cruz is currently the leading bronze driver. He does not want to get too tit for tat with Sean Young and Casey Jones, who are not battling him for class position. Should probably keep this light.
Fight to the death.
Byron letting us know his thoughts.
Fight to the death. Give them forks.
Give them spoons. It will hurt more. Sven Van de Velde in the pit lane.
Yeah, but then you don't get all the blood, spleen juice.
Very wide run there by Sean Young. Loses both spots. Cruz through as well as Casey Jones. Okay, well, everybody, we have a slight problem. We haven't had this happen in a while, but the race director has crashed. That may require a reconnection to the server, so...
Face inspector.
Be ready for that. I'm just trying a reboot on the race control right now to see if it'll connect up again.
Good news, everyone. There will be a new Mummy movie starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, a.k.a. Mrs. James Bond.
Unfortunately, that is not going to work. Okay, everybody, we're going to have to quickly dodge out, dodge back in.
Oh!
Hopefully we do not
We
miss
died.
anything. Hopefully we do not miss anything cool.
R.I.P. the entire racing industry.
Well, it happens sometimes. What are you going to do?
I don't know, just throw a tantrum.
Okay, loading back in. And hopefully our race director will reconnect.
Green light. Go, go, go.
And it will. Okay. Where's my mouse?
It's right behind you. It's coming from inside the mouse.
Okay, so we come back to Bram Cox still in the being in the lead. The lead was belonging to Patrick Bellish. It looks like he is pitted. Bellish has come out ahead of Cedric Muir. So is Sean Young. Interesting. So Muir's pit stop did not go well, but he is overtaking Sean Young now, so that'll be effectively second place behind Patrick Bellish. So it's Bram
If
Cox.
you ain't first, you're
away
last.
from Max Cruz. Casey Jones in third place, but he still has that 45-second penalty to serve. James Wheel, Robert Volt, Lucio Condi. All of these guys have not pitted. The top pit-stopping man is Patrick Bellish, followed by Cedric Muir, Sean Young, and Tyler Scott. Scott also has to pit. The only reason he's not up in the top 7 is because he got that stop-go penalty earlier. Presumably everyone else has been in. Let's see, is there any other... Nope, no other random cars that have pit stopped.
What about Max Simmons?
He's not here.
A likely story.
Your top 5 cars that have actually pitted are Patrick Bellis, Cedric Beer, Sean Young, Sven van de Velde, and El Perry. So Stealth Bomber is having a good day.
For anybody out there who doesn't know who Max Simmons is, he races in a different league and different organization, and he is notorious for being the only guy on track who still hasn't pitted, quote unquote, and we say that a lot.
To be honest, he's kind of famous for like a lot of things. Sandbagging.
We do call him the Sandman.
The pointless late pit stopping. That's another one. He's really kind of a caricature driver. He's very good. He's very good. But he has a lot of... I swear he's trying to be the topic of conversation in the commentary booth.
It works.
It does work. He is also the kid I had to explain why Wi-Fi was a bad idea for racing. It's a bit weird.
Wi-Fi is a bad idea for almost everything. No, my printer's connected via Wi-Fi.
Whoa! Idris Cahill! Big spin.
Bingo bango.
I don't think we need a replay to figure out what happened there. Looks like... Oh, God!
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
Alfie Solomons was trying to take evasive action. And Idris almost backed up into his way.
Yikes.
All right, we got a big batch of pit stops. Brand Cox, Max Cruz, and James Wheeler in the pits. So that means that the only real notable non-pit stopper is Casey Jones as he takes the lead. Yellow flag out for Tyler Scott and somebody else. What has happened between them? See if we get a look. Oh, boof.
Oh,
well,
boy.
That's a little naughty pull from Sven van de Velde, and very, very not needed given that Scott still has to make a pit stop.
He was just encouraging him to take a pit stop.
James Wheel has picked up a stop-go penalty, so that's probably speeding in the pit lane. And Bram Cox rejoins the festivities behind Sean Young in what is going to work out to be 4th place. It's 5th at the moment, but we do have that Bram Cox pit stop still to deal with. Or Casey Jones pit stop. Pardon me. Wrong stunt possible.
Gonna Cox around the clocks tonight. Maggle, all these yellow cars, I think maybe they're in cahoots.
They are stunt possums, yes. I do believe all the yellow cars on track are teammates. I don't think anyone else is using yellow as their primary color that is not a stunt possum. It's a large team. You got Bram Cox, you've got Casey Jones, Idris Cahill, D. Hines, Pat Fortune. So you got 5 cars out there. Probably the most numerous team in the field, especially with Cyber Racing having a notable smaller number of cars than usual.
In the future, all racers will be stunt possums.
James Wheeler to serve his penalty, and something has happened with Bearded X Badass. He was under a yellow flag. Let's see if we can catch what happened to the catch-up car. Nope. Big yellow curb got another victim. Nice recovery.
Must have slipped on a possum.
That yellow curb is the bane of anyone's existence on this track. He's racing with Eric and Noel in an endurance race on this track, and Noel had never raced at Kyalami before. This was his first run. And he hit the big yellow curb, went airborne, ruined the car. Not during races, just during practice. He's going, why is that even there?
Sounds like half the tracks I make on Trackmania.
A little bit. It does definitely.
I went back over a couple of my older tracks. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Oh, right, this is the dumb, just hold down the gas, it'll be fine track.
Bram Cox with the overtake of Sean Young. Moving him back onto the effective podium as Casey Jones is in the pit lane. So into service penalty, and Patrick Bellish moves in to leave the BMW Red Bull Sim Racing team. Second place for Verstappen.com Ferrari, Cedric Muir. Third place for Bram Cox in the Stunt Blossom Ferrari. Then Sean Young in the Cyber Racing Ferrari, and Max Cruz in the Los Patos Hermanos Mercedes. Sven van de Velde, sixth place for Van Nel. Not sure why it says fifth there. He is not fifth. El Perry is in seventh in the El Bomber. Nathan Gray for Los Patos Hermanos is in eighth, followed by David Slater for the Track Tool team, having a good day. And Steve Tetley for the Ross Racing crew. Got a good little battle going on here for 13th place. Again, shout out to Lucio Condi, who was in this battle with Robert Volt. He's having a great day for a guy who apparently had very little practice on a cold Kyalami, and was asking in chat for advice on how to keep tire temperature up. He's definitely taken that advice and putting together a good result here, because he's ahead of Robert Volt and Kerry Pattenden on merit, which is very strange. That's no disrespect to Lucio. I'm just saying he's an iron driver, and he's up here battling with a bronze and a silver. Ron Morley on the tail of Chris Stancer. Looking to take 19th place from him. Jos van de Velde getting a nice front row seat here in the Van Nel Porsche behind them. And Akka Lowen has had something famously not great happen today. He was looking set for an iron win and currently runs in 4th place in iron behind Lucio Condi, Brian Mongrand, and Jos van de Velde. It's Morley going to move up into 19th place, unless the yellow curb has something to say about it, and it does not.
Also, everybody make sure you give us the likes and the subscribes. Otherwise, we'll find you and strap you to the front of one of these cars.
Mm-hmm. Need to start doing a Pepperidge Farm style thing for Evolution Racing Academy.
Did you subscribe? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh, I'm more referring to the Family Guy version. You remember good summer days? Pepperidge Farm remembers. You remember that hooker you ran down with your car? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm's not keeping it to itself. Maybe you buy some of these mulatto cookies. Love the look of the Porsches. I mean, I like the look of Porsches. Don't get me wrong. I just hate the car. Max Cruz has had a moment, apparently. Yellow flag came out for the Los Patos Hermanos Mercedes. Oh,
y'all don't subscribe.
Looks like he just had honestly, it looks like he just had a connection issue. More so than an actual mistake.
Y'all don't subscribe, you're gonna have a visit from El Lobo Negrao.
El Lobo Negrao. Pure Ecuadorian marching powder. I know only one man who deals in this substance. Esteban Viejo. Inform Esteban El Lobo Negro. Census regards. Brian Lewis, greatest character in the Family Guy and American Dad universe. I'm just saying.
Ain't nobody moved the crystal in the valley but me. Well, that's different.
It's Nathan B. getting out of the way of the festivities here. So Bram Cox, Sean Young have a battle. And that is D. Hines. I imagine D will be less cooperative with Sean than he was with Bram. That's just you. Oh, never mind. Yep, just gets out of the way. Kind of ruins my whole thing. I wasn't suggesting doing anything illegal. I just was suggesting being a little less cooperative.
I'm the one that suggested legal stuff.
Then he goes and just is cooperative. Teammates out here battling for a podium with Sean Young, and D. Hines is just like, no, right this way, sir. Also got a little battle for 7th place going on. El Perry trying to defend against championship contender Nathan Gray, although today is not looking good for his championship hopes with Patrick Bellish in the lead. Bellish has not been on the podium since the season opener at Misano, which he won. But he's been consistent. 5th place at Wilton Park and then 4th at Red Bull and Zolder. So if he can pick up another win here, he will open up the gap considerably.
He'll be the winningest man who ever won a thing.
We'll give you a quick rundown here as we are got a little under 13 minutes left in the race of the other categories. Max Kruse is your bronze leader, followed by Sven van de Velde. The bronze champion is in 2nd place. David Slater having an excellent day in 3rd. He's got 0 points on the season, so this would be a big deal for him. And in 4th place, Mickey Taylor. 5th place belonging to Robert Volt, who just took that spot from Robert Stoltz. Robert Volt, Robert Stoltz have a battle. And then in 6th place, it's 7th place, Ron Morley. 8th place, Chris Stancer. 9th place, James Wheel. And 10th for Idris Cahill, who is carrying some damage. In the iron category, it is Lucio Condi leading the way, a surprising leader. Brian Mongrand in 2nd, followed by Tristan Akerlowen. In 4th place, Jas van de Velde. Alfie Solomons is in 5th. 6th for Nathan B. 7th for D. Hines. 8th for Pat Fortune. 9th for Stipo. And those are the only 9 cars running. There is no 10th place. We did have 10 at the start, but we have, of course, lost Roy Cunningham Aller from the festivities. Still in the lead, Patrick Bellish. We'll see what Steve Tetley can do here as he gets up on the tail of the Team Track Tool car of Dave Slater. Mickey Taylor having a good day. He's had a struggling season as well. Just 4 points to his name. He's on pace for 12 points here today. Ron Morley looking to claim another spot here as he gets on the tail of Brian Mongrand. And he is pushing him through these corners. He is, Byron, I would say he's about as subtle as a UFC fighter at this point about trying to make the overtake happen.
Well, I mean, sometimes you want to do good, you try to do good, so you give 110%, and then...
And Mongrand, I think, just gave him that spot. He's like, fine, have it! I don't want to get put in the wall. Mario, I don't think you would, because you would have to complete more laps than Roy did. And I think that there is a completion rule in place. I don't know if you could get that point. In your case, though, I don't think it would really matter. You've scored in all 4 races, so this would just be your drop score, anyways, assuming you attend the remaining races. So I would say, not really a problem. Jos van de Velde trying to take the fight to Tyler Scott. Tyler Scott is hating life right now. Having a very rough home race. Or closest thing he'll get to a home race, I should say. I'm kind of giving this as the home race for all the South African drivers, but I have no idea if they're like anywhere in the vicinity of Kyalami. It's a big country. Could be something.
They all live in Namibia anyway.
Could be like saying that like the Mall of Edmonton back when Champ Car was racing there was my home race, and it wasn't. I guess it's the easiest way to put it. Didn't live anywhere near it. You're missing the final race because of your daughter's birthday. I mean, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. There's a recommended course of action. Just saying, this is the only South African track that's likely to appear in any race game, so it's the best you're getting. It's better than what I get. Like, the closest thing for a home track for me would be Watkins Glen in ACC, which is in a different country. Yellow flag out for Lucio Condi, the Iron leader. Let's have a look. What happened to him? Oh, no! One of the stunt possums got him.
Nailed him.
That'll be a penalty. Does manage to continue on his way without too much issue, though. Got overtaken by Volt and Stoltz. That was probably Casey Jones that got him. Casey, you had 45 seconds of penalties coming into today. You're not doing yourself favors for next round. Trying to think of what Byron's home track would be in this game, and
Macau.
Well, it's not in this game. Closest track to you would be Laguna Seca in California.
They know how to party.
The reaction to the car there, Dr. Didius suggests that he was hit. Sometimes we don't really quite see the contact, obviously, but the reaction from that car is that car was hit. Condi's, let's put it this way, Condi's car absolutely thinks it was hit by that stunt possum. Whether that stunt possum agrees is a different story, but the reaction was very much a contact reaction. Next badass putting a lap there on Pat Fortune. Sean Young continues to trail Bram Cox for the podium. Be pretty cool to see Sean taking a full-on podium here. Well, hello, Dennis. Yeah, I think that definitely has to be counted as a contact. We had something similar earlier with Brian Mongrand, and I forget who the victim was. But Brian got in the back of somebody It was kind of the same thing. There appeared to be space between the cars, but the reaction was definitely that of a contact nature. So that is Alfie Solomons getting lapped by the battle for third place. Condi losing a spot to Ron Morley. Not a surprise. Ron's been on a mission these last couple laps, picking up spots right, left, and center. Finds himself in 17th now. And Tristan Akaloan on the tail of Chris Stancer. And he's bringing James Wheel with him. This will be interesting because I'm pretty sure these cars qualified in the opposite order and therefore probably have the opposite order of pace.
What's this about paste?
Paste, not paste. And looking down the inside is Akaloan. Nothing yet.
Dun, dun, dun.
Does feel very... Oh, he's giving the flashy headlights. He wants through. You don't get to flash your headlights at Chris Dancer. He's a gentleman. Oh boy. Around the outside for him. Nothing doing. Van Nel Lambo continues to be held up by the McLaren. Or probably Ferrari. I'm so used to Chris Dancer racing at McLaren that it is so weird to see the prancing horse next to him. Oh. That's an alternate line there, Mr. Wheel. Give him the flashy headlights. I am not a fan of the flashy headlights, I'll be honest.
Give everybody a boat horn.
My theory on this is that the drivers who actually see the flashy headlights are the drivers who are going to ignore that you're flashing your headlights at them. And the drivers that see the headlights and actually, like, crash are the guys you should just get past anyways because they're going to make a mistake. Like, that they're just not really necessarily aware. In the meantime, Mickey Taylor has overtaken Steve Tetley. And the man in the Hunter seat there is the Mustang of Bearded X Badass.
Dun, dun, dun.
The hunt is home. Oh, well, there we go. Mr. Akaloan might pick up, might have a word from... Oh, boy, Casey Jones!
Yee.
Okay, looks like he'll be okay, but, like, what happened here? Oh, it's gonna be the yellow curb. Oh, no, it isn't! He avoided the yellow curb. Well, in that case, Mr. Akaloan, who has overtaken Chris Dancer, might be in for a word from the stewards for excessive flashing. Not the kind of flashing that you want.
Supposed to do that in the park.
Max Cruz put the pressure on Sven van de Velde for the bronze lead, as well as 5th place. We'll have one more lap to get the job done. Podium looks fairly settled. Also, I just can't imagine Chris Dancer doing anything that is worth flashing the headlights at. That's usually, you know, you've done something wrong, you should correct it, blah, blah, blah. But like Chris Dancer, in my experience as commentator, is a super clean driver. I don't think I ever see him with any penalties, and I don't think I ever have had the impression he's done something wrong on track. I'm sure there's something, but feels like definitely like the last person you'd want to give like any kind of that attention to. Just honestly.
Well, I mean, there was the time that he tried to run over all them orphans.
Lucio Condi, who I think has been carrying damage since that contact with Chris Taylor. Not Chris. Casey Jones, my God.
You're on drugs.
Has been caught by Brian Mongrand, as well as Akaloan. So the battle for the win here in the iron category is also up for grabs. Let's go, Lucio! Cheer for Lucio. Lucio doesn't get a lot of opportunities like this. I'm gonna cheer for the guy who's had 1 point scoring effort on the season here and get this win. No offense to Brian, he's had 2 wins. No offense to Akaloan, he's had a win and a bunch of podiums, or like 4 poles in a row. Lucio Condi is like a more proper iron driver, and I want to see him hang on to the spot. Keep an eye on the Cruz Van de Velde battle as well. Checker flags out for Bellish, Murr, and Cox and Young. And Sven hangs on to take 5th place. Actually, okay, I'm getting a little lag thing. Never mind. It sorted itself out. So we do have a win for ya boy, Sven Van de Velde. And Brian Mongrand is very off the track. And now he will be pressured by Tristan Akaloan. Akaloan! Making mistakes!
He's
and
blowing
Condi
the
may have just gotten very lucky. The 2 rapid cars behind him both making mistakes, and it might be time for the Spaniard to take the victory. Mongrand, Akaloan. Yeah, Akaloan honestly should have been promoted already. Probably Mongrand too. I was surprised Caden Fox got promoted and not them, to be honest. But Lucio Condi gets the dub, and it's always nicer to do it without a promotion being involved. Taking it for Brian Mongrand and Tristan Akaloan, and also James Wheel was there, but he's not an iron driver. Your winner today in the silver category. Okay, they've already started leaving the server. Damn it.
I mean, they do this every time. I don't know why you're surprised.
They could stay, though. They could.
No.
Okay, we still have... Looks like I still got the results here. Bellish, Meir, Cox, Young, Gray, Perry, Tetley, Bearded X Badass, Pattenden, and Jones, your point scorers for silver. For bronze, it's Sven Van de Velde, Max Cruz, David Slater, Mickey Taylor, Robert Volt, Robert Stoltz, Ron Morley, James Wheel, and Chris Stancer. And for iron, it's Condi, Mongrand, Akaloan, Jos Van de Velde, Solomons, Nathan B., D. Hines, Pat Fortune, and Steepo. Let's quickly throw this into my spreadsheet. Do excuse me as I will be very quiet as I'm doing this.
Gross. Mike's all about spreading them sheets.
Clapping them cheeks as well.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Well, I got the silvers done before the server rolled over. So, unfortunately, didn't get the full thing. We will, as per usual, have our interview phase, and I will throw the race-winning car. I don't have the livery handy, but I have the car handy. The BMW M4 will get a little show-off here. We'll go with the Zenith WRT car here. Still weird for me to think of WRT as a BMW team instead of an Audi team. We'll see if anyone hops in.
The hippy hop, and you don't stop rocking.
We're the hippest studio on the planet, right here. Boom. There is nothing more hip going on YouTube right now than this commentary. Byron, do you prefer the front engine or the mid-engine look for a car? That's my question for you.
I prefer the top engine.
Oh. I don't think they do that.
Put it right on the roof.
I think that would,
Put it right on the roof, and it cools 95% better.
I think that would work quite badly.
Should all be rear engine and made by Volkswagen. And only 4 feet long. With big googly headlights.
Just trying to catch up on anything that happened in the chat here. Nothing interesting. Somebody asking why some of the cars don't have monitors in the cockpit.
Not everybody's rich, okay?
I mean, if you own a GT3 car, I beg to differ. Just gonna throw that out there. This is not a cheap form of racing. It's not the most expensive either. I mean, it's not F1.
Motor desk, insert here.
Indeed. Doesn't look like we have any reviews. Oh, hang on. There we go. We have Bram Cox. Bram Cox,
Hello.
Welcome to the post-interview section here. You had a podium here today, had a pretty good day. Tell us about your day.
Yeah, it was really good. I started second. I had an unfortunate move with Cedric Muir.
We saw that. Yeah.
I don't really know what I wanted to do there, but yeah, it was my fault.
I think the motivation are clear.
Yeah, the motivation, but the logic behind it was not really all that great. But I talked it out with him, so that's cool.
Well, that's good.
And then I ended P3, so that was nice. And I also had a laugh with Casey because he has a 45-second penalty.
Dropped very far down the pecking order.
Yeah, he was doing really good, so that's too bad for him.
Well, he earned that 45-second penalty. Don't make excuses for the man.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it still sucks for him, but yeah, it was deserved, yeah, for what he did in Zolder, so.
Revenge.
He picked up a couple of points here today. I think I do have an accurate look at the silver standings. I think I got them down before the server hopped over. So let's see here. You should be on 51 points, pending any changes, which will put you third in the championship, 20 points behind Bellish. But Bellish does have a top score of 10, so your option to win the championship is still there, albeit a bit of a remote one.
The goal was to catch Bellis, but yeah, my move on Cedric kind of put those chances away.
A little bit.
Otherwise, we probably would have got him.
I mean, it's possible, but I think he just pulled off a really good pit stop, and also I think he was the only one of the top runners that didn't have time penalties served during their pit stop. I think that was just really all there was to it.
Yeah, I also had trouble in the pit. I don't know why, but my car wouldn't start for like 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, but for the rest, it was a really good race and a good result. And I hope I can finish strong in the last 2 races as well.
That's what, your 3rd podium of the season, I do believe. So, not bad.
Yeah, I think so.
Not bad, not bad.
But thank you guys, and I will leave you. So, bye-bye.
All right.
Enjoy yourself.
I did see a Robert Volt pop in here, so we'll give him a moment to maybe fix whatever's going on. Where are we headed to next week? November the 30th, we will be live with round 6 from Brands Hatch in a dawn race, that'll be interesting. That'll be some changing light levels as the race goes on. And then we have the season finale at Zandvoort, so 2 rounds left.
And then everybody's put into a pit and made to fight to the death with forks.
Oh, you'll be happy. Zandvoort's going to be a mixed condition race, so that could be dry and wet.
It's going to be slightly rainy all the way up to a giant hurricane.
Which means we could see some people go full wet setups and kind of get bombed over when it gets dry. Or they could go full dry setups and get really screwed over by the wet. Or they got to compromise and see if they can make their setup work in both setups, which that'll be interesting.
Can we have it rain frogs?
Maybe.
It'd be pretty cool.
Maybe. Well, it doesn't look like Robert is coming back. So, everybody, that's going to be it for this week. Back next week, Brands Hatch. And I get to tell Byron all about all the corners named after dead people. And he loves that. He loves that.
It's like the Sixth Sense, but racing.
Have a good day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Solid racing today, and pretty competitive. Like, we had both 2 out of the 3 class wins went down to like the last lap. So I don't know how much more you can ask for.